Hi. The running theme of the Sleuth Investing channel is this. Critical information about companies and stocks cannot be obtained from the internet. Cannot. Shall I repeat? These days, to make money in stocks, you must, simply must, get to know your investments on a personal, physical level. Physical. It's time consuming, yes, but these days you can't make real money without this unless you are Jim Simmons of Renaissance Technologies, who has super duper computers and humongous databases, or you're Warren Buffett, who got in on value investing well before it became so popular that today there are a million copycats. These days, to make money in stocks consistently, you must get physical information about the companies before they become blips. And for this, you must turn off the internet, get out of the house or the office, and chat in person with the company's employees or clients or suppliers, preferably all of them. I repeat all this because I can hear your brain resisting it. It's so much nicer to stay home with your feet on the desk, having coffee and going click, 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 buy, sell. So let me tell you a fable to reinforce my point. Assume you want to get married and have no candidates, but you're too lazy to leave the house to look for a bride or a groom. You know, like an actual date. What do you do then? Luckily, in this fable, you can find deliverable brides or grooms on lists presented by brokers on the internet, displaying each potential spouse numerical attributes plus an audited certificate of his or her health signed by an accountant. Goody, you say. No need to leave the house. I can choose a mate from home while drinking coffee. But now there's a problem. How to choose among all the hundreds of possible mates on the list without leaving the house? Well, lucky you. There are internet channels also that teach you how to analyze the mate's printed attributes, how to read their accountant certificate, and how to chart the data. Surely for a smart person like you, that's enough. So you look at the photos and the charts and the list, and you do some fundamental analysis of the numbers, and finally you choose. That one looks nice. You click on the image, you pay the broker, and in a week, the real mate appears at your house. Is he or she like anything what the internet broker promised? Well, the face looks familiar, but he or she is also tattooed with Yakuza dragons and accompanied by both parents who look like sumo wrestlers, and they are tattooed also. One day you suddenly realize the bride, if that's what you are after, would look like a mother, or if it's the groom, like his father. Oop! Can you cancel the trade? Too late. Your mate is accompanied not by his or her parents, but also by three brothers who are as tattooed as your mate is, and all of them have gold teeth. You like what you got, making a decision strictly based on the internet? If you do, welcome to internet investing. If you invest based only on blips on screen and getting tips from talking heads like me, you'll get stocks similar to the mate above. You might think you know what you are getting from the internet, but you don't. What you won't see is the real physical side, and you won't see all the baggage it comes with. The kind of thing you see only if you meet your choice bride or groom or investment in person, physically, and do some solid physical due diligence. You see, like brides and grooms, investments are not just blips on screen. They represent real companies composed of live people that do real things to satisfy real life customers. Investing in stocks means buying pieces of the future profits of these specific people, not just clicking on a screen blip. Is the company whose profit you buy good people? Or is it a Yakuza storefront with tattoo accountants who photoshopped the balance sheet? Don't forget, Sign of Forest looked good on paper too. Before Sleuth traveled to China, discovered Sign of Forest had no forest and no office. The diligent sleuth shorted the stock and made a fortune, while internet investors lost one. What about Wirecard Financial Investments? It also looked good on the internet, as did the chart. Today, the CEO of Wirecard is in jail, as are two managers, and some high-level German civil servants who helped them cover it up may soon follow. And I haven't yet said anything about Bernie Madoff. The fact is, real life cannot be reduced to blips on screen or ink on paper, whether choosing a mate, a house, or a stock. All right, you say, all right, okay, I'll sleuth. But since sleuthing, like dating, is so time-consuming, how do I know which company is worth sleuthing so I don't waste my time? In other words, how do I target my efforts? Now, that is a very good question, and one I can help you with. First, buy and read my book, The Sleuth Investor. It goes into the targeting issue in a method, in a chapter all its own. But there are a few extra points here. First, since you are looking for physical information, you can start with the people who have access to it in the company and see what they do. That is, corporate insiders, like directors, managers, and the like. In other words, a list of buying and selling by corporate insiders can be one potential list of names. You see, whenever insiders of a public company buy or sell their own company shares, they must file a form with the SEC in the US, that the Security and Exchange Commissions, or with the OSC in Canada, the Ontario Security Commission. There are internet services that tell you about insiders' actions within a day or two of the filing. Look it up. That's the easy part, though, because, of course, the work now only begins. You see, you can't buy or sell blindly based on actions by all insiders. First, because everyone in the market can see these insiders' actions too, so there's no advantage in just following them all. But second, and more important, not all insiders are equally savvy. Some are smarter than others, and some are much smarter, and their actions are meaningful, while other insiders' actions are less so, because they make mistakes. But you can't know which is which without doing the extra work. What you are after are the insiders who are the smartest and prove to be so. How to find out? If you invest some time and energy, you can track which insiders have been most consistently good in selling and buying on time. There's already a better list. That one already is a better list than before, but there's more. If you do even more work, you can also see which of these insiders have been very good in buying and selling stocks in other companies too, where they are insiders, usually directors. In other words, some insiders are simply good investors with inside knowledge and money to put behind the shares, or they wouldn't be directors of several companies. But even that is not yet enough. Before you narrow down the list to savvy insiders, do some sleuthing about the super savvy ones. Ask around about them to get the feel for them as people. What is their expertise? What are they good at? What are they less good at? What mistakes have they made before? How many? How have they corrected them? Once you do all this, you will find that indeed some select insiders are great stock pickers, often much better than Wall Street and Bay Street pros combined. From your point of view, the advantage is that not only these super savvies are underfollowed, but they put their money behind their opinions and must tell the world about it. Who are these magic savvy insiders? Do I have a list of them? Yes. Who are they? I won't tell you. First, because once the list is known, everyone will pounce on the stocks they buy and suck the juice out of them. But second, it's a bad teaching discipline. Do the work yourself and you'll find out. All it takes is a few hours of digging, perhaps a day, and then some asking around and personal sleuthing. Finally, there are two more things you can learn from this super savvy insiders list. The first thing, sometimes the list of super savvy insiders buying is very long, other times very short. Both are meaningful. For instance, between December 2019 and January 2020, that is just before the market peak, the list of savvy buyers buying was very short. They didn't want to buy. On the other hand, that same list in March 2020 was very long because the market just panicked due to the virus hysteria and stock fell to bargain levels and these insiders pounced. These savvy insiders might give you a hint whether the market expensive or cheap, something like the old value line appreciation potential, only much better. The second thing you can do, you can hone in on worthwhile industries where the savvy insiders buying is unusually heavy, then go deeper by sleuthing individual companies which they buy. Which industries see the most insiders buying at present? Only those viewers who do the actual work deserve to know of it. And my advice is, once and if you do find out, keep the list to yourself, as others will pounce and suck the juice out of it. As I said, you can't make money from information known to all. Keep it to yourself. That's all for today. Please let me know in the comment below what you think of the above. Subscribe to the channel and tell all your friends so they subscribe too. I'll see you next time, and meantime, thank you very much for watching.